Welcome to sunny Winter Haven, Florida. I'm Lane Dog Bowers, and this could possibly be the best day ever, and the forecast for tomorrow is 1,006% better. Today, I got something I'm super excited to share with you. Before I do, I love to start with a quote. This is a great book. If you guys have never read this, I don't know if you can see that. The Go-Giver. Here we go. And The Go-Giver is by Bob Berg and John David Mann. And it's a little story about a powerful business idea. And I love this. And in here is a quote that I want to share with you guys today. It's called The Law of Value. Your true worth is determined by how much more you give in value than you take in payment. Man, do I love that. I absolutely love that. So anyway, that's got me inspired today. And that's a perfect quote for what I want to talk to you about today. This is the title of what we're doing: how to be the best barefoot water ski instructor in the world, or how to be the best boat driver in the world. I've had an incredible fortune of just getting to meet tons of amazing people from all around the world, and I get tons of reviews and emails and super nice comments where people say that, you know, they think instructor in the world, but none of that really matters unless it's you and me together. I want to share with you my mindset and the things that I went through in my life to get me to this mindset so that you can leave today. If you can think in this way that I'm going to share with you today, I literally think you could be the best barefoot instructor in the world, the best driver in the world, really the best at anything in the world by giving a lot more value than you take in payment. And this is interesting because I used to live in the bunk beds down at Barefoot International at Mike Seipel's ski school. And I probably had I had $28 a week that I had for food, which is amazing. To this day, I can't believe I survived on cans of tuna and stuff like that, and it was crazy, but a very good time. I learned a lot. And during that time, family came to Barefoot International, and they wanted private instruction, but nobody wanted to do it. Mike Seipel didn't want to do it. Nick Young, Casey Scalise, Chris, I don't know if Chris Harris was down there or not. I don't know, Chris, if you're watching, all buddies of mine, no judgment whatsoever. So here I am sitting there, and everybody realized it was going to be a big babysitting job. Well, it turns out these guys are billionaires. Okay, so it ends up being a private jet flight to the British Virgin Islands where I end up teaching these young kids who were pretty wild, but two young kids, and I had this enormous Bertram yacht following me everywhere. We were very near Necker Island where Richard Branson lives, and an amazing experience. So I have no idea what's going on in this scenario, but I learned a super valuable lesson. When I left there, they ended up giving me, it was a thank you note, but I didn't realize till I opened it on the plane, it was stuffed with so much cash. I literally felt like a drug deal had taken place, and I didn't realize till afterwards that wasn't my payment, that was a tip. And I mean, it was stuffed with $100 bills. I'd never seen that much money in my life. And it was kind of an unspoken thing with these guys that they knew that they were being very generous, but it was an unspoken thing that they were demanding a level of service that they knew that I had never even dreamed of. Of course, they're used to having all the best of the best of the best with them. And here I am kind of like babysitting / scuba diving, playing on the beach, keeping these kids entertained, and helping them with barefoot water skiing out in the middle of the British Virgin Islands. Amazing experience. So along with this, they were basically saying, without saying it, without intimidating or anything, just by pure generosity and expectation, saying that we expect something you probably have never thought of doing in a service at such a high level that you probably haven't thought of this. They didn't say that, but that's the way I took it, okay? And then after this experience, I ended up teaching some other billionaires and other super wealthy people, some of whom offered me tons of money to help them achieve a certain level or a certain desired goal. And it was very interesting. All that together, that experience started to get me to think, like, you know what? This is amazing. Here I am back in bunk beds where I've got very little money to make it to the end of the week and survive. And then here I am in the British Virgin Islands living in the lap of luxury where money is absolutely an afterthought. And it just was a mind-blowing experience. And I started to realize, why wouldn't I like help anybody who comes to me for lessons? This is, 15 years ago. Why wouldn't I treat them with the same super high level as if they were a billionaire and I had the opportunity to make tons of additional money simply by over delivering on my service? And that really profoundly changed my life, because I didn't do it because I was expecting to get paid, but I thought, what would my business look like if I gave them way, way, way more than I asked as a payment? And that really made an effect. So later on, as someone had made me another super crazy generous offer where they were basically telling me, if you help me get to this level of barefooting, name the amount of the check. Money's no object. You just tell me how much, I will write you that check. And the only thing is that it's contingent upon you helping me reach my goal. And that got me to play a little mental game. And this is the powerful concept I want to share with you. And it'll apply to whether you're in business, even if you're an employee somewhere. If you think like this, you will either own that business, end up starting your own business, advancing in that business. I'm convinced that, and it's such a powerful concept because it takes you out of a kind of an employee mindset into a generosity mindset and a powerful mindset. So this is the game I started to play. And I tell a lot of my students this, and I thought it'd be super great to share it with you, because I believe if you think this way, you literally could become the world's best at anything service-wise as well as safety-wise. So I started to play this game with myself. What if you, as a client of mine, and I imagine this basically with everybody I teach, what if you, as my client, came to me and said, Lane, here is my daughter. I love my daughter. There's nothing I would not do for my daughter. I need you to know that. And I would like to give you $1 million if you can teach my daughter to learn to barefoot absolutely without falling. And it could be anything. You can insert any goal that you have or anything or whatever it is, you can insert it in there. The only caveat is I love my daughter so much, and I'm such a powerful person, that if you hurt my daughter, if she falls and gets hurt, I'm going to have you executed in this boat. Now, I know that sounds crazy, okay? But I want you to think about that. If you, and I'm thinking to myself, because when I first got into this business, the way barefoot instruction was being done when I worked for someone else is kind of like, this is barefoot water skiing. It's super cool. I am awesome. And if you can't do it, that's just the fun of it. You know, if you fall real hard, we laugh our heads off, and you get up and try it again, and you just realize that this is really tough, and that's why I'm so awesome. That was kind of, it's not 100% true, but that was kind of the mentality. It was kind of laughing if people got hurt. And with this kind of life experience that I had, I started playing this game with myself just slowly over time. It became a process, and it didn't matter. I mean, I wasn't expecting to get, tips or anything like that, but I just wanted to play this game. What if you were in the boat and you were in that situation? $1 million for a successful completion of whatever the goal is. Let's just say learn to barefoot, learn to back barefoot. You're dealing with somebody who has unlimited money, $1 million to you. But if they get hurt, if they fall, you die. And so imagine this. I want the $1 million. I really don't want to die. How would you play that game? It's like the highest stakes in poker you could imagine. So when I'm out in the boat and helping someone, and they come to me and they sincerely want to make a change. In fact, I'm about to do a video with an amazing student of mine that came to me, and he's a war veteran. The guy has amazing physical challenges that he's overcome, and we went out and had a lesson, and he was terrified because he'd had a laminectomy, a double laminectomy in his neck since I had last seen him. And now, you know, as he's getting older, and this was only not even a year ago that he had this surgery, he's terrified of getting hurt, but he really wants the Barefoot because he knows the amazing feeling of walking on the water and how much fun that is. So imagine this scenario, and I gave him that scenario. I said, dude, we're in this together, okay? I'm going to imagine that you're giving me a meal. And in fact, with him, I actually said it this way. There's somebody in the boat who's high stakes poker playing. They're just for the fun. They're going to say, I'll give you $1 million, Lane. In fact, you and your student can split it if you can both accomplish barefooting, not falling, not getting hurt. And imagine if you're playing that game. So you want $1 million. So how are you going to do this next run? How are you going to instruct them? For me, that helped me develop baby steps to what we were going to do. And I came up with this theory that let's practice this on land, because chances are you're not going to get hurt on land. So I'm still good for the $1 million. I'm still not going to get executed. No one died in dry land practice, okay? Number two, you know, we'd work it out if we had to on shoe skis first, or some steps where we could do super slow speed, double check if we're on the same page, practice something, make progress, not get hurt. Still getting $1 million, still not getting executed in the boat. So that process has helped me a lot. And I really think of that, no matter how hard the trick is. If someone comes to me and says, Lane, I want to do backwards barefooting, same thing. I've kind of developed this ability in these steps of getting someone to learn to back barefoot without falling. I can do the same thing with a back 1 foot, and then it still keeps going up. What if someone made the same offer to me or to you or whoever on a back to front? See, now things are getting sketchy. What if people said, I want to learn to jump inverted, but I don't want to get hurt? I mean, now you're really, really pushing it. But I've still taken the baby steps on how I would play that game and what I would do if I wanted the $1 million shot, okay? I hope this gets you thinking of than you ask in that you receive in money for what you do, and start thinking about that. If you're driving a boat for someone else, maybe you're the dad pulling the kids, instead of just pulling them and telling them stop your crying and that fall didn't hurt and all that, play that game like I'm telling you and see how that affects your ability and how you drive and how you explain things. Maybe instead of rushing off, see, a lot of people in barefooting say, what do you want to work on? They say, oh, I want to try front to back. All right, well, let's do a warm-up run and let's see the front to back. Or, you know, think this through. Play the game as if you're really playing the game. And then I'd love to hear back from you on how you did, because I think that this is exactly how you can literally not only add massive value to what you do, have an incredible experience beyond what someone is expecting from you, and you're being safe. I mean, what a great trifecta of results. So, you know what? God bless you guys. I hope this made a difference. And if you're watching this tomorrow at 9:30 Eastern time, I'm going to do another live. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to make it on back barefooting, because everybody's asking me for back barefooting stuff. So you can either email me, message me, text me. All our information is on thefootersedge.com, or if you're on our Facebook page, message me. What do you want me to cover on that? I'll be happy to answer any questions on that. So God bless you guys. Have a great day. Expect a miracle. See you later.